Welcome back to our campaign. It's been a long time. We've got almost everybody here. We're missing Julian and Raina. Metalog is currently MIA, but will hopefully be here in a little bit. We're going to change things up a tad bit. We got a picture from Metalog. She is all...
Yo, they're on a train.
Yep, ready to go whenever she hops on the train and gets ready to go. But since it's been a while, let's do a little bit of a recap of where the heck we've been and where we are right now.
This is the recap episode.
It's been a while.
DMCA.
So we started off our journey in the town of Valpor, where all of our party members came together and met by happenstance in the local inn and tavern. There was a festival going on in the city, and throughout their time in the city, they learned about this thing called the Radnarok from a mysterious individual who saw them address a altercation with some orcs that came into the tavern that they were all in. They spent some time in the village learning about the spirit of well-being and a little bit more about the festival that was going on. After some investigation and trying to figure out what the spirit of well-being is, the party decided to put that kind of little quest on hold, see if there's anything more to come back to that maybe later, and went off on their journey to find this rat shard. They were given general directions on the way to get to Elfrost, where, after talking with a few folks in Valpor, think that might be the place to ask where this rat shard might be. There are a few people in the town, one being someone at a local chapel, and one of the other kind of higher up members of the town knew a little bit about the rat shard, more just by happenstance. So the party made their way out. They've had a few stop-ins in a few different places. Wilwork went after some cheese going into the swamp. Managed to meet up with a couple of times with an entity by the name of Asmodeus. Being a tiefling, Panda has this kind of deeper connection with that plane of existence. So Asmodeus is now kind of using Wilrick as a puppet to have his will be done, so to speak. They managed to find and loot a cave that had a lost child in it, and managed to get out with a few bumps and bruises, tripping over some rocks without any light, and the party having to fight some skeletons off. They did so and managed to reunite the child with his father. And then they recently were in the town of Hinkdale, where they came across a ravaged city with a few buildings on fire. They also found that orcs were attacking this village for some reason. They still haven't quite figured out what was the cause of it. Talking with the mayor of the town and talking with a few of the townsfolk, they couldn't really find a connection with why this attack may be happening. While they were there, we got Raina coming back into the party. Raina stepped out of the party for a little bit and came back in, and then we also had the introduction of Belto to the party, who was actually sent from Elfrost after having gotten there from a journey of his own to Elfrost, and then the folks in Elfrost were heard of this attack that was going on, and basically did transport via trees, sent him through a tree, stepping onto a freshly dug grave that the party actually buried one of the deceased from the village from the attack. Belto met up with the mayor, got some information. All the party members kind of exchanged information about where they're going, what the rat shard is. Belto kind of sharing where he was from, and since the whole party's heading that direction, sharing what information that he knew about the people that he met there, and based on what he was told, the way to get back to Elfrost, since he was asked to come back once his investigation was done. The party headed out of the town after stocking up on some supplies, getting some more fresh ingredients for the soup, and are now sitting down for a nice, somewhat tense evening after Melog and Helenestra both shared stabs of some soupy darts.
Well, yep.
So,
Did you ever figure out what those do now? that they've been sitting for 8 hours.
I have
in
an idea.
that suit.
So we actually haven't gone through the whole sleep cycle just yet.
Okay, just DM it to me later.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'll find out. You don't know yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's fair.
Based on the checks that you did before, you don't really have an idea of what this does.
That's fair.
You might. I mean, you could try to find out later and maybe like smell it and investigate it in the morning or something. But yeah, at this point, it just is really bad tasting soup.
Fair.
But now you've got all 20 darts in your jar, so you're letting them soak overnight.
Yep.
So we'll see how potent they are in the morning, for sure. So we have a little campsite set up. Most everybody is around the campsite, I believe, except for Nymphis, who has gone off and done his thing in his ring. Belto and Xylith are currently sitting around Melog and Helenestra, making sure they're not trading stabs with one another anymore. And everyone else is just kind of standing around looking back of like, what the heck just happened? So, and for a little recap, since this was brought to our attention that we may have some new watchers on the stream and some new viewers to the VOD series, and which I apologize, last VOD with all the echoes and stuff, we went over from OBS Ninja to Skype, so there were lots of technical difficulties. Hopefully this time the recording's a lot better, but we'll go ahead and just kind of drop down the list. So we see around this campfire, Helenestra putting together the jar with the darts. So Helenestra, can you describe your character?
Like I haven't done this in
I know.
forever. Let me pull it up. All right. So Helenestra is a relatively short, or not. She's like 5'5".
Average height.
She's an average height. She's a wood elf monk with a gold eye and a silver eye with a coppery skin. And she has recently started a drinking problem. Best way of putting it.
All right. I mean, with everything going on with the soup, yeah. Oh well, no, not the soup.
Yeah.
The sorry, the beers that you
the
stole.
whole swamp. Beers that we stole. And just so much other shit happening in previous VODs.
Yeah. And then holding or keeping Helenestra away from everyone else at the moment is Xylith. So Xylith, you want to explain your character? You're making sure that Helenestra is keeping to herself and just the darts in the soup.
So Xylith is a dragonborn rogue. And he is kind of a timid type person. He doesn't really want to be, he doesn't really want to follow the path of a rogue, but he had no choice. So that's why he's more of a reserved type of character and more kind-hearted than a lot of the rogues that are out there. Still very quiet and very shy, but also loves to get along with other people, especially the group that we're with.
All right.
Yeah.
And of course, opposite of Xylith right now is Belto, who came in during this whole altercation, getting some flashbacks from previous encounters that he's had with some other fellow comrades who have also fallen in battle, and seeing people stab each other. Kind of freaked him out a little bit. So, Bobby, you're currently on the other side of Xylith, making sure that Melog is not tending to herself. So, you want to explain your character in this situation?
So, Belto, he is a light azure crystal dragonborn. He's wearing heavy armor and is a cleric for the most part. Yeah, he did react a bit like having non-flashbacks during the stab and aim last episode. And he's being much more quiet even so than before, and a bit more reserved now as he's trying to process and hold his composure at the moment.
And right now, Belto is currently holding, not holding. Belto tried to come in and restrain Melog, but Melog managed to sneak out and under and around him. So at this point, Melog is just sitting around the fire, keeping to herself now, egging on Hellenestra as she's putting in the darts into the soup and is all excited about this new soup that they're brewing up for whoever is going to be the next unfortunate victim. Since Moxie's not in the call right now, Milog is a barred rabbit folk. Very tiny little thing, very cute, furry, fluffy. Managed to become best friends with Xylith over the past few days. And Hellenestra with all the antics that have been going on between the two of them. So is pretty much the that what's like the energetic child of the group almost in a way. Also around the group, a little bit further away from both of them, we have Rad, who's kind of observing from the distance, eating your rations and your dinner for the evening. So, Rad, you want to describe your character?
So I'm a half elf. Oh god, I need to get my character up. Half elf rape. Who would rather make a friend than a foe, but I'm also I'd take any opportunity I can to be able to take something like worth valuable, so I can easily switch.
One of these days, he will succeed in stealing something.
One day.
Maybe that day is in his dream.
Maybe you can get some tips from the rogue.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You gotta tell me how you do it.
Right.
I'll teach you.
Show me the way.
Standing next to Radzus, we have Parthenax, who's also just kind of tending to himself. Likes to keep to the background a little bit and just kind of be there when the party needs him. Make sure that everyone's being himself, kind of like the adult supervision of the group. So Parthenax, you want to describe your character?
So I'm Parthenax, and I am a Goliath barbarian. I think I'm best known for the damage I do within the group with the great axe. I just smash stuff basically, and yeah, like Dusty said, I mainly hang out at the back because I'm not really used to interacting with people, as I've been brought up by myself near enough. And yeah, that's pretty much it really.
All right. We've also got another elf folk in the group. We have Reyna, who's also kind of taken a liking to Xylith and Hellenestra throughout the couple of days that they've had the chance to be together, from the first day that they're in Valpor to the current rejoining in Hinkdale. Reyna's not currently here, but she is a high elf bard, along with the bard part of Melog. So they both have performed a couple of times, both in Valpor and in Hinkdale together. We've also got someone who's actually kind of peeled off from the group, taking the distraction of the whole stabbing, as Belto put it. We've got Nymphus. So, Nymphus, you're currently snoozing away in your comfy little abode. You want to describe your character, please?
Hi, I'm Nymphus. Nymphus is a blue-skinned, silver-hair daddy. I'm joking, not a daddy. He's.
I mean, he can be if you want him to be.
Right.
All dragons'
he's
daddies,
got, like,
right?
bright blue eyes. He's got bright blue eyes. He's like 5'8". He's an Air Genasi warlock. He's very hyperactive and super friendly. So anyway, he's here enjoying. He's enjoying the group that he's on. This is his first adventure, and he's just excited to meet everybody. So, thank you.
Yep. And then the last character we have, who's currently standing pretty close to the rest of the group, but is also just kind of standing there in the background waiting for things to happen, is Wilrick. So would you like to describe your character?
So obviously I'm Wilrick. Obviously,
Oh, hi.
He's a hi. He's a tiefling rogue. He's a very peculiar character. Obviously, he's very aloof to the situation. He likes cheese for some reason. He loves journeying out. He loves pretty much doing anything his will desires. However, what most might not know is that his soul is almost faded by Asmodeus, and he's at this point a puppet of his will. For the future of him, we just don't know what could happen. So
Yeah, I think you left out pretty significant detail.
what did I
The
left
fact
out?
that you
Leave
don't
out?
remember is kind of the key.
Oh yeah, I don't remember at all. That could be. I also don't remember any specifics.
Wilrick suffers from
So-
short-term memory loss in a certain state of being, a certain state of mind. For those that haven't seen the past VODs, he has this kind of different personality, so to speak, whenever he's in the presence of Asmodeus. And we might find out a little bit more later throughout the campaign of why that is. So y'all are around the campfire. The whole stabbing event seems to have faded. Currently, Helenestra is making sure the darts are all soaking in for the night. I believe we started to talk about who's taking watch when in our last session, but I don't think we ever got that ironed out. So I think, Helenestra, you volunteered to take a watch at some point.
Belta
Yeah.
would be first one.
Oh, okay, that's right. So, Belto, you want to take first watch, and then...
Yep.
Helenestra, you take second watch?
And then I'll take second watch. I do have a question. I forgot what happened with the darts between me and Mel.
Oh, okay.
Because I know we took damage, but I don't remember how much, and I don't think
I
it's
healed
on
it
my-
immediately afterwards, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was negligible, pretty much. The way you guys
Okay.
described it was you're just kind of joking just to see what would happen, not really...
Yeah, I wanted to see what would happen, and then I got stabbed.
Yeah, you stabbed Mellog, and then Mellog shot a note over to Belto saying, "Hey, Belto, you might want to be ready just in case, I start fainting or whatnot." And then she took the same dart, tipped it, and stabbed you right back. And then Belto started bolting as Silas was
Hello.
keeping
Yeah.
you separate. Hello, Moxie. We can
I'm
hear you.
finally on a train that is not gonna get cancelled.
Yay!
Hopefully.
Just watching it canceled mid-ride.
Oh yeah, probably will.
Everyone get off.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere, that wouldn't be good. All right, so Ghost, did you?
Oh, I think Ghost wants to
Yep.
say something.
See, this doesn't have to do with the campaign or anything, but I'm watching your stream and your mic is really scratchy. Like your voice is coming through
jeez.
really scratchy.
Not
I just
again.
wanted to let you know. Yeah,
How did I fix it last time?
yeah. I don't know.
Thank
I just wanted
you.
to let you know that. You're welcome. Yeah, it's only yours.
Alright.
Whenever someone else talks, it's fine, but
Good
when you
catch.
talk, you come through
Thank
like
you.
scratchy. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I've been with you guys since this has been happening, but my mic will randomly static, and I can't hear it on my end, but other people can.
I think
so
that's what
apologize in
Dusty's is
advance.
doing. Like whenever
So
he
let's-
talks, it's like goes staticky.
Yeah, so just keep your mics muted until like you guys want to
Is this
talk
better?
or something like that.
Let's see.
With all that.
Check 1 2. I'm testing my microphone.
Yeah. It's fine. I heard it.
All right, cool. My camera color will be a little bit lower, but I guess this will work. All right.
It is better on
I
the
guess,
stream.
I guess we'll stick on this then. Okay. All right. Thank you for checking on that, Ghost. Appreciate it. All right. So Belta's gonna take first watch. Helenestra's gonna take second watch. Who's taking third watch?
I will.
Zal will take third watch. Hello, Vi. Sorry you couldn't make it. We'll not try to kill your character or anything.
Are we doing it in pairs or just one person?
That's for you to decide.
I think we I think we typically just do one person.
So do we have a map of where we're sleeping?
I mean, unless someone wants to join me, they can.
We've done it in pairs and like single. It's not really like it's just whoever
We've
flows.
got enough for 2 people on each shift. So
there's.
I mean, if someone do 2, it's could double up if it's all right with DM.
It's up to you all. However you want to split it up. Currently, it would be about 8 p.m. in the evening.
Since I've already gone into my
I guess so. Nimbus
space, I might as well wait until
final watch.
Final watch.
Okay. So we're going to have Nymphus and Xylith be last watch.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Oh, you want to do?
No, it doesn't matter. I'll go with the next one. When we next sleep, I'll do the next one.
I can be with Xylith.
All right, hang on. I think we just had 4 people sign up to be with Xylith on the last on the last one.
I'll skip
Everybody
to the
wants to
next
be
time
with
we sleep.
Xylith.
I'll skip to the next time we sleep.
I mean, really,
I'm fine
really,
being
everyone
anywhere.
could be with
All right.
Xylith who's not Belto and Helenestra, because at that point everyone's had 8 hours of sleep. So.
Oh, true.
I'm easy. I'm having to sleep through the whole thing, for being honest.
All right, so what I'm getting, Belto's going to be first watch, Helenestra's going to be second watch, and then everyone else is just going to wait for Belto to sleep off the rest.
Just chill with Xylith, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So as everything is winding down, make sure the jars of soup are put away, make sure the horse is secure, the carriage is secure. As the fire is starting to crackle down, anyone want to do anything before everyone goes to sleep?
Not that I can think of straight away.
Okay.
Okay, I know something we was on about off stream, but the horse. We're gonna feed it or?
So I more just asked as a joke.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
assuming you all are feeding the horse
Okay.
as you all are going. So no, that was more just a joke from my part.
I don't remember if I did this, but I want to go over to Melog and apologize about stabbing her. I don't remember if I did it, so.
Did you hear that, Melog?
So
No worries.
right, hold on. I've got the Grand Central one that got cancelled.
She's doing her ticket.
Yep, and her webcam thing is.
She's
No,
on her
no,
phone.
like
Yeah.
on my layout, it's
I think you can mute her for now.
yeah. Melog, I'm gonna
Thank you.
Yeah, that's.
Skeleton. Yes.
Yeah, we can hear the
Sorry,
background
ticket
noise.
lady came.
No worries. You did you catch what Helenestra said?
I didn't
Okay.
get to hear that. No.
I said I wanted to walk over and apologize for stabbing you with the poison dart.
It's all right.
Better-
I got you back. It's okay.
Holnister holds her fist out for like a fist bump.
Yeah. Cool.
I just tap it with my paw.
Cool. All right, so we got that going on. Nymphus is off and away. No one else saw where.
Yes,
He
I'm
went.
in my little space, like starting writing more notes of what we did today for my upcoming book, and also
right.
a letter to Mom.
Okay. So for where everyone's sleeping, I know where Nymphus is sleeping. Parthenax, where are you sleeping?
So I don't want to go to. Have we got the map? 1 second. Okay. I'm just gonna go to a tree to the right, and I want to see if there's like like a hole in the tree or anything like that. And I want to try and find some stones and try and throw the stones to the hole before everyone sleeps.
Okay.
Like a little game.
Yeah,
Why is the screen gone black?
I don't have
It's
a map
just
like for
loading in.
this specific area. So
No, it doesn't matter. Then I'll
just
I'll do that next time.
generically.
Okay, just by a tree, just under it for shelter.
Okay, so somewhere close by Not too far away though. All right. Halanestra, where are you going to be sleeping? When you sleep?
So for the first 4 hours, she's going to be sleeping outside, kind of near the carriage, to keep a better eye on the horse in case of like it gets spooked or something. And then when she trades off of Xylus, she's going to go inside the carriage.
Okay. And I believe we determined that you only need to sleep for 4 hours, and then the other 4 hours can just be you're awake, but just not doing anything.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So you're still awake, you're just not.
Yeah. I'll be meditating during those last 4 hours then.
Cool.
meditation thing.
All right. Wilrick, where are you sleeping?
I'll find another tree somewhat close to Parthenax and just sleep underneath there.
Okay. Radzeus?
I'm actually going to start. I'm going to start off sleeping in the carriage because Nyan and I. So I've completely forgotten Nyan's character now. Where is it? Halanestra. That's
Halanestra.
Because we agreed that we'll swap over in the carriage. So during the first watch, I'll be in the carriage and I'll be like with like my bow just kind of like to the side of me, so I'm ready to grab it just in case.
Okay. All right. Silas?
I think I'm just gonna go like sleep in behind the carriage, just to again keep guard from all sides, kind of thing.
Belto?
Yeah.
Well, for the first watch, he's going to be like doing some very light walking around the perimeter a few times, glancing at each of the members, and just back out into the forest during the watch, pretty much.
Okay. Moxie? For Millock?
Mellog's Mellog's gonna be outside with Xylith, because we're best friends.
Okay.
Come sleep next to me.
And did I miss anyone? I think other than Julian and Reyna?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So everyone has their spot. Julian's going to be in the carriage, and we'll say Reyna's in the carriage as well. Or I guess that'd be two people. So we'll say Julian and Rad can be in the carriage together. And Reyna will be, I guess, out with Xylith and Mellog. We'll just do that. Okay. So, Belto, go ahead and on first watch, just make a perception roll for me, please.
That's a 5.
That's a 5. That is a 5. Okay. So you look around the forest. You're checking up on folks as things are going on.
He's a bit mentally distracted.
Yeah. You don't catch anything during your watch. Nothing really seems to be out of the place. You're checking up on everybody. You don't see Nifus anywhere though, which kind of doesn't really phase you at the moment.
At the moment, because of when he went to turn to talk to him, he had disappeared back then.
Yeah. And you're a little still preoccupied from the whole stabbing.
Yep.
So you're more just making sure that people are not going to be getting up and possibly stabbing each other in the middle of the night. So.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout your watch, nothing really happens too much. So you wake up. Or sorry, you're already awake. You go over to wake up Halanestra.
I do it about a half an hour later than intended, but eventually I will go over and gently nudge Halanestra awake.
Okay. And that's you feel someone kind of nudging you over, and you're looking about those.
Your turn for the watch.
She's just like, what? Okay. And she kind of like stumbles up, if that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the seat of the carriage, so you kind of fumble around as you get your legs under you and get up.
Yeah.
It's been quiet so far.
All right. Have you checked near the swamp?
No, I haven't. I've just been walking the perimeter and keeping an eye on all of you.
All right. Go to sleep then, man.
Very well. And he's going to set his bedroll underneath the cart if possible. and keep his armor on as he crawls underneath.
Okay. So you crawl under with a little bit of clanking.
Yep. Chainmail gets snagged on the edge a few times, probably.
Yep. You hear a couple people kind of rustle around as they get disturbed by the rustling of the chainmail. And then Helnestra, are you gonna stay up on the seat of the carriage?
I'm actually gonna go do a perimeter over towards near the swamp,
Okay.
like on the edge of it. Can I make a perception check? Do I make it with advantage or just flat? Because it's the swamp.
I would
will let you
say
decide
just
that.
flat because it's nighttime.
Okay. Okay. Uh,
20. Okay. You're going around the perimeter. It takes about how far away from the carriage are you going to investigate? Are you looking just around the immediate area? Are you looking to go into where you think the border is?
So Helnestra knows the border is where the swamp starts. She
Yeah,
goes
so
in.
how close do you get to that?
She goes. She's about a foot away from the start of that border, so she can like still kind of see the carriage and all that. Because I'm assuming it's less than 60 feet with my direct vision. But she can still kind of see in.
With where I'll bring up the map again.
Okay.
Just for the stream's sake, but from where you're currently at, so with the group currently being right here, you would have to travel quite a bit to actually get to the edge of the swamp. Like it'd be a good.
Okay.
Like if you wanted to head that way, it might be a good 30 minutes to an hour to actually get to the edge of what you know is the border of where there really is that edge of for your specific village.
All right, I'll walk 20 feet into the woods then.
You know, like
see if I notice anything
like
from there.
Patrols will go outside the border because that's where you ran across Din and Phaler last time was outside the border because they were on patrol. So you're probably you're out there looking for other patrols to see if there's anyone out there or if there's anything else kind of lurking out there.
Yeah, I do have like I have my sword like in my hand but still in the sheath in case of like something does come up, but she's not drawn it yet.
Okay. And you rolled 20. Okay. So
a dirty 20.
As you're walking along kind of your campsite, the outskirts of your campsite basically, you stay there, you kind of focus on listening to the forest, listening in the direction of where you know the swamp is, for the village from where you're from. Are you staying there like the whole time, or are you just there for a little bit?
She's just staying there for about like 10 to 20 minutes, and she'll go back like every hour or so to go back and check.
So we'll say for the first 2 hours, it's pretty much just nighttime, crickets, hooting of owls, and some other nighttime animals kind of making their sounds.
Yeah.
But in the third time you go out to check, you hear shuffling of leaves and undergrowth, almost like a beast of some kind is running through the forest. You don't think anything of it, but you know from some of your training that it's actually not a normal forest beast. There's something else out there. By the sounds of it, it's a fair ways away. It's maybe like a quarter of a mile away from where you are, but there's certainly something out there. And you actually hear. I'm gonna mute you for a sec, Moxie. You a minute or so after that, you hear some more noises out in the forest. They're still pretty far off, but it definitely sounds like there's activity happening. Could be some of the guards or someone out on patrol from your village. Could be some other people out there you don't know.
Can I try and focus in onto that second one and see if I hear anything, like any words specifically?
So this is just kind of ambient noise.
It's just okay. Like I hear that they might be saying something, but I can't make out anything.
Well, it's more like you hear movement that would be more indicative of humanoid type movement, whether it's on patrol folks or someone else in the forest. It's too hard to distinguish with how far away it is.
All right. Do I have an idea of how far away it is?
The sounds are not quite a quarter of a mile away. They're probably maybe about half the distance. It's about 1,300 feet away from you.
Okay. I back up towards the carriage. I try to stealth away towards the carriage.
Yeah, you walk back.
Not that specifically. Yeah. Okay. All right. But I do have my sword drawn.
Okay.
At this point.
Yeah, you make your way back. Look around the campsite. Nothing's been touched. Everyone's still there, sound asleep.
I look around the campsite and everyone's just gone. The carriage is gone. Everything's gone. Where's Holonestra?
Poof, pocket dimension.
Everyone went into a bag of holding.
That'd be trippy.
All right. Yeah. All right, and then
okay.
Yeah. That's really about it for for what I do.
So it gets to be early morning. The sun's not quite up yet, but from what you can tell, it's been about 4 hours that you've been up. Are you going to go check on that kind of location again with the sound one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you go on to the spot where you were at before. You listen for a minute. Just nighttime noises again. Some of the cricket noises have died down. A lot more of the hooting of owls and other nighttime birds have kind of subsided. So it's just a little bit more of the early morning variety of sounds that you hear in the brush in the forest. Yep.
Okay.
You head on back. You see people starting to kind of get out of their slumber and wake up. Belto stays asleep.
Go
ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say I go up to Xylith and Mela because I remember that they said they were gonna take the last shift. And I like not push them, but like I rock them awake a little bit. And I'm saying like wake up, like it's your shift.
So you wake them up. And since Melog and Xylith are together, you kind of wake them both up.
Yeah.
Xylith and Melog, you both get this gentle nudge from Helenestra as you wake up.
Do I have to pour water on you, Xylith?
No,
I will pour water on you.
I'm up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then I do explain the noises I heard like an hour or two ago, and I give them a guesstimate of how far I thought they were. So just kind of like keep an eye out for that.
What are you throwing me into, Helenestra? I swear.
I don't know. Twice now. We have to deal with the elves.
Okay, so both of you are all awake. Nymphus, you have your hand raised.
Since I'm only allowed to be in the thing for like 4 hours, I would probably have popped up out of my area.
Oh.
And start walking to.
I forgot that there was a. Okay.
Yeah.
So would I have seen Nymphus pop up from my perception check then?
It would have been after the 4 hours, so after the end of your shift.
Well, so the first 4 hours was Belto.
Well, no, yeah. So then I would have probably seen you if you weren't there. That's what I'm asking about.
So, what? Let me ask this then. For Nymphus, what would you have done right after you got out of your ring? Just kind of around the area, or would have gone back to the cart?
I would have walked back to the cart.
Okay. Given that Belto went past his 4 hours. When the time you woke up, Nifis would have been there.
Yep.
And with Belto being
Okay.
preoccupied, Nifis, you just came back. Belto didn't think anything of it. Nifis was just there when you woke up. Helenestra.
Okay. All right, and I probably didn't see him leave. I think he stealthed away last time.
Right, because you were doing the whole soup
Yeah.
dagger or dart thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So,
And then-
Helenestra, you go into the back of the cart. You're just kind of chilling, meditating.
Yeah.
Xylith and Melog, you're awake on your own for maybe about 15 minutes before a few other of the party start to wake up after being asleep for 8 hours. Over the next 15 to 30 minutes, everyone else wakes up. You all start looking around for some more food and some rations. Just take the rolls from the previous night. You find enough rations that might make for maybe 3 good meals, and then you can supplement whatever else that you want with rations throughout the day. Go ahead and I guess for Xylith and Melog, with the news or with the info that Helenestra gave you, are you all going to do anything about that specifically, or are you just going to stay by the campsite?
No, I'm gonna kind of walk around the perimeter that Helenestra was walking around. Could see if I hear anything or see anything.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of wander away.
I'll stay near the outside area.
Okay. As you're making your rounds, Xylith, you notice that. Hang on. Oh yeah, Vi. If you want to, please join. You should be able to join the Skype call without any issues. And I forgot to change the display back.
Yay, Vi.
So let me just change it back to that. Yeah, Vi, please join if you can, and you're up for it. Please do. Yes.
New challenger.
Yay.
New challenger. You have that on your soundboard, Bobby?
New challenger approaches.
He's checking.
Don't have
out.
Time to add it.
New.
So as you're walking around the perimeter, Xylith, you see looks like kind of there's a rough edge that you can now tell with the morning light from where people have probably camped here before. There's not too much that's out of the ordinary. It looks like kind of the growth has been kind of partitioned out a little bit from just people using it over and over again. You see kind of a rough disturbance where Helenestra may have gone into the woods a little bit to actually go and investigate where she told you that she went and heard the noises. So as you're walking around, you don't really see any other disturbances. You see the pathway though that you could take if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go down the pathway.
Okay.
I want to explore.
And I'm going to put a BRB screen on just so I can get Raina in here because I don't actually have her on this screen real quick. So I'm going to go to BRB screen real quick and we'll be back in just a sec.
Hey, you gained an extra character or someone following, watching.
Oh, we did?
You're
Oh, hi!
You're
Hi,
at
follower!
7.
BRB.
Watching the BRB while we're fixing stuff.
We
We'll
have
get
to
a
add
follower.
Raina into our party here. So, hello, Raina. Welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the new layout. It's new and fresh.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the Brady Bunch
like
in here.
it really
Honestly,
is.
the Brady Bunch got
with
nothing
how
on
with
us.
how crazy this setup is, it really is.
Just sitting there, just,
It's all
Also,
good, though.
love the Kingdom Hearts over there.
ah!
It's over there in my in my call. I don't know which direction it is.
Hold on, my camera. Here.
It's right. It's right
Yeah,
there.
it's
for
over
me.
there. That one. Yeah. I
Thank
can't
you.
show you. I have
Jill's
a
right
I have a
under me.
keyblade.
Mine's
an
over
actual
there.
I'm a
Keyblade.
big Kingdom Hearts fan.
That's cool.
Maybe I'll have to show you next time.
I can't see as mean I am.
Well, you get the
All
most
you need to
interesting
see.
headphones at least.
All right. Well, since we have Raina in here,
Every now and then I'm lucky enough to get maybe 2 people, but it's look, I just got Geo. Hey Geo.
All right, I'm back.
all right, cool. So as we jump back into the morning, we've got. So Raina, we did a quick character recap for those that are kind of new either to the stream or to the VODs, and since we actually haven't done character introductions in a while.
Oh geez, let's see if I remember all the information I have for Rain.
Just the TLDR, just the high level. What's your appearance? What your class is? What your race is?
I am an elf bard. I carry a scythe at most times next to me.
Mhm.
Normal leather type clothes. Do have a signet ring on this finger specifically.
Someone else has got a ring in the party.
And besides that, I look like your typical farmer.
All right. Thank you. So
For the
everyone except for
TLDR.
Julian. Yeah, except for Julian. I think we got Julian. Well, Julian is a Paladin wolf folk. I forgot to explain him earlier, but he's got a rough, raspy voice and likes to give Mellog a hard time with everything, being the little pesky rabbit folk that she is. And is trying to make one with the horse. What do we name the horse? Was it Gideon or did I write this down?
Wasn't it Harold?
I thought
Or Gerald or
It
something?
was Gerald.
Did you pin it?
I think it was Gerald.
Gerald.
Yeah.
His name was Gerald.
It's probably in one of my session notes somewhere.
I think it was Gerald.
All right, so Zalith, as you're going into the woods,
Mhm.
how far in are you going? Are you going about how far Helnestra mentioned she went in? Okay.
Yeah, because I want to see if I see something
Okay.
that she didn't, or if I notice something with the daylight.
So you go and make a perception check.
Okay.
$20. Okay.
Wipe.
Hey, you got another person watching your stream. What up,
Do I
Jake?
now? Oh no.
Just went
I'm
sick.
sorry, folks.
Hey.
OBS crashed. We're back.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We're back.
Every time something happens,
We're
you get
back.
another person.
Except
watching
for-
you.
That's great. Every time there's an accident, you get another person. Maybe there
Except
should be
for-
more accidents.
Raina's picture is now out of place, so let me fix Raina real quick.
Raina.
These boxes don't confine me.
Okay. Well, while I get this
The cacophony
figured
of
out,
errors today.
it's something, man. All right, and I just need to change this.
These issues are brought to you by Scooby Snacks.
Not actually.
Not sure.
Why do you have those ready?
I have Scooby Snacks ready.
I mean,
okay.
fair enough.
Okay, that's fixed. Cool. All right. And I'll fix this in the meantime. So you head on into the forest, and after looking for about 5 minutes, you actually like off in the distance, off to your left a little bit, you do see some looks like possibly some scratches on a tree. At this distance, it's hard to tell like if they're fresh or not, but you definitely see some gashes along a couple of trees. Looks like there's some shrubs that have been pushed over, and as you look closely, looks like there's some ground that's been a little bit more disturbed than the rest of the ground. So it looks like something happened, and it looks like it's about maybe 1,000, 1,200 feet away.
Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and find Helenestra and bring her there and show her like what I see.
Okay. As you head on back, everyone else is awake. Everyone sees you come back.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's kind of doing their own thing, getting breakfast. Helenestra, you have Xylith coming up to you, approaching you.
I would like to be discreet as well because I don't want to scare anybody, just in case it is something.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been because obviously I've had to walk outside the transport the entire way. I'm still absolutely out cold. What are you guys reading?
Parthenax is just getting a long power sleep
He
in.
doesn't get up until like 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It was Lewis.
I'm gonna say just carried over into game.
That works. So are you just trying to motion to Helenestra like secretly to come over, or are you going to Helenestra and trying to be...
No, I'm gonna go directly to Helenestra and kind of just tap shoulder.
Beeline.
Okay, so when you come over to me, I'm pulling out my darts from the soup. I'm like wiping them off so they're not gonna like fuck everything up else in my bag. But I am pulling the darts out of my out of the soup, and then I put them away and I grab the soup and I just follow you.
Okay.
Okay. You all make it into the woods. You get to the point where Helenestra, you remember you were last night, and Ghost where you just were, and then you point off into the distance. Again, it's about 1,000, 1,200 feet away, and you show Helenestra where the cuts are on the trees, the disturbance on the bushes. Looks like some bushes are knocked over.
Do you think we need to be worried about this?
Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do a survival check to see like what might have caused it, if like it would have come from the elves in the swamp?
If you're doing it from this far away, I'm gonna have you roll at disadvantage.
No, I was gonna walk up to it.
Oh, okay. All right. So you all make your way over to.
Yeah. I do want to go like slowly there to not like.
And I'm gonna follow.
Might be a trap.
So as you get there, you get about 200 feet away, and you get to see a little bit more of what actually may have caused this. What actually destruction is. You can see that there's been a trail that's been blazed by some kind of beast, and then you actually see going away from it just this big indentation, almost like something was dragged away. And as you're getting closer, you actually see blood stain on the foliage floor. There's a part where it's been depressed, and it almost looked like where this thing fell and got dragged off and away. And then just a little bit from that, where it looked like the beast or whatever may have come from, that's where you see the knock in the wood and the bushes pushed over and a lot more disturbance in the foliage, almost like whatever this thing was smashed into several things as it was trying to run away from whatever. As you get up to the the tree where the cuts are, about 50 feet away is where this indentation is and where this drag path starts heading off in another direction. You don't really see anything that gives too much away. Go ahead and make your survival check.
Do I make it at advantage, disadvantage,
Just straight.
flat?
Advantage. Or it's
Okay.
straight roll.
Okay. There's survival.
18. Whatever this was, it wasn't a beast of the woods or just an animal. This was some kind of other entity of some kind. Could be a fiend, could be some other type of non-animal type being. Doesn't match any kind of profiles of like a deer or any other big woodland creature. So some other kind of beast that was either hunted or was being sought after for some other reasons. Looks like whatever it was, it got maimed with the blood splatter that you can tell around it. And it's not red blood. It's like a purple blood. So it's not humanoid in any.
I'm also going to assume with the purple blood, I would have no clue what it is based on my upbringing, even if I tried to like investigate it.
Roll a. It's
would
still
that be a survival
check.
check again?
So,
I think
no. It could match a couple of things based on the training that you have.
Okay.
With a little more time, you could probably figure out what it is.
Can I poke it?
Just the blood?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of a little dried up, viscousy blood. It's kind of in that phase of it's still drying out, but it still kind of is a little goopy.
Okay.
So
go.
So after you poke it, I want to like put my fingers in it and then like kind of do that like stretch test where like if you don't know what something is, you kind of like try and stretch it out, see if it's sticky and whatnot. Can I?
It's got that like it's not runny like blood, so it's obviously had.
It's like old blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
And from when you know it happened.
Chunky.
Yeah, from when you know it happened, Helen, that's right. It's been a few, 3 or 4 hours since.
Few hours, yeah. Okay, so it happened like right at the end of my shift, is what I'm. Based on
well,
that
you heard that initial rustling, and then you went back to investigate.
Yeah.
That's when you heard the additional noises. Yeah.
Okay.
But you look around. Other than the path where it got dragged off, there's no other real signs of what this could be or.
I'm gonna explain. As you're telling me, I'm going to be explaining all of that to Xylith. Kind of like just talking my thoughts out loud. And then when I get done and after I do the finger thing, I turn to him and I go, "So do you know magic at all?"
No.
Okay, because I think there might be something magical going on over here. So, and I know I don't have very good magic. So maybe we should get someone else to come over here and help us investigate. They might have better insight. Maybe Wilrick or Rad. They might know.
Maybe.
Rad being more of an elf. Wilrick or Raina. They might have a better idea.
Okay. I think so too.
Okay.
All right. So y'all head back to camp. You start talking to folks. What do you want to do?
I'm going to show them like my purple hands.
Okay.
There's blood. There's purple blood over there.
Oh no.
Wilrick, did you get cut?
Purple blood.
What?
Who bleeds purple?
I don't know, but look. Purple.
I do explain like the couple of creatures that I would have known through my training that it could be based on that, but
so there's a couple. Sorry? Woodworker, you saying something?
His mic's broke.
Oh,
for the
okay.
700.
Okay.
Like, never
While
mind.
we wait for that, what kind of check would I have to do for figuring out what kind of blood that is that's being shoved into my face?
We'll be right back.
This would be a survival check.
Panda type it.
Okay.
What's up? Sorry. Must bring
Yep.
a little bit of a nuffer.
I do have one more question about the blood. Does it have like a different smell than normal blood?
Yeah, there's a faint smell to it that's not that. Yeah.
Normal. Okay.
What check can I do?
So my add-on's not working currently, so I'm gonna have to double check on
So
that.
just what's your roll?
It rolled a 22.
22.
So
Okay.
let me double check on add-on though while you do that.
Yep. So, and you were rolling just to see if, like, just based off the blood, right?
Yes. Yep,
Okay.
off the blood.
Yeah, based off the blood, there's a couple of things that this could be. You've seen just based on some of the things that you've seen throughout your time with growing up and some other things. You've heard of things that it could be that you've said to look out for if you're ever in the woods. One of them, there's a couple things that kind of stick out without kind of revealing to the party what it might be.
We gained another person.
Yes, we've got
Ace?
we've got Asmodeus in here.
We have everyone.
Just about, except for Julian.
Except
Yeah.
for Jack.
I'll DM you what the possibilities are, and you can.
Okay. Would I know those two? From my. Because I think I would if I explained it to them.
Yeah, we'll say for the heck of it that. So I'll just say it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah,
that.
I'll just say it out loud.
Okay.
The couple of things that you're thinking it could be is a purple worm. Which is kind of odd seeing it in this part of the forest because that's not something that really should be out in this part of the continent.
It's all right. No, it's okay.
Do I need to put Moxie on mute again?
It told me she left.
No, it's Ace. Ace this time.
Is that Ace or
It's Ace.
No, it was Moxie. Okay. Moxie, I muted. Well, when I muted Moxie, it went away.
Ace speak.
No, it is Moxie. It is Moxie.
Oh, okay.
It seemed like when Ace was speaking as well.
No, it was Moxie.
Ace.
It was definitely Moxie.
Okay. All right, so we got All right, so it could be a purple worm. It also could be a specific kind of salamander as well, and those are the two kind of things that you're thinking that it may be along the lines of.
Okay.
You could probably go if you went back and maybe investigate a little bit more. You might find something that may indicate one or another.
So
but
they haven't come up to you. They didn't say anything to me.
What was that, Rad?
You guys didn't come up to me, did you? You just went up to Raina.
We went up to Raina and Wilrick specifically.
Okay.
But they said it out loud to the group, so I heard as well.
Yeah, everyone could be around to hear it.
We weren't we weren't really like hiding it, but we went up to those two directly.
Can I do anything to like figure it out or?
Based on just what you're hearing, nothing really sticks out to you with what they're describing. For all you know, it's just something else happened in the woods.
All right.
I do have a question because
Yes.
I think I would know this. How far away was the site from where the like from the normal border, the swamp border?
It's still a fair ways away. Yeah, at least a mile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, being intrigued as, one of the possibilities shouldn't be in this area, I'm going to go over to the site of where this creature died and investigate a little bit more, see if I can figure out anything more about this creature.
Why don't we all go? Someone should stay here with the cart, though.
I'm still asleep.
Parthenax
All
is
right.
still snoozing.
If Parthenax,
All right.
Parthenax is still asleep. Does anyone want to stay with Parthenax?
I think Julian should stay.
Yeah.
Wanna
Julian
stay?
really
Still
likes that
passed out.
horse.
Julian really likes that horse.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're trying to get the 8 hours, Belta, then yeah, you're still asleep.
Alright.
Okay. So pretty much everyone except Belto and Parthenax who's asleep, and then someone else who's awake staying with the cart.
Is Julian staying?
Then we said that was staying with
Julian.
me.
We'll say Julian
Okay,
staying.
Julian and
Yeah.
okay. So the rest 6 of you head off into the woods. Take the 30 minutes or so to get out to the site where it happened. You take a look around, and you see the same kind of indent place before. For those that want to look a little bit more into what's going on, make a survival check.
Will do.
Do I have to make another survival check?
Yes.
Just
There we
because
go,
you're,
it'll work
you're
this
back
time.
there again, I'll say yeah. Go ahead and make another one.
I'm not doing good at all.
It's okay.
It's like tree branches in my hair. I'm just like, a twig flops back.
Hollister is like drinking a bottle of beer while this is all going
Oh,
on.
jeez. Okay.
Yeah, she starts early.
All right.
Roll
So-
roll with disadvantage.
I got the
Or
disadvantage on it
advantage.
anyways. The first one was an 11.
So Reyna and Helenestra, you both look and see what's around. There's, based on just kind of what was described before, nothing really new there. But Wilrick, you notice something that seems a little strange. You get the sense that there's something a little bit more going on with just some random creature showing up here. For some limited knowledge that you have of beasts and creatures and whatnot, you take a look at the path that this this entity has come down. And based on hearing that it could either be a salamander or a purple worm, based on kind of the path and the indentation in the foliage and undergrowth, it might be a salamander.
I turn around to the rest of the party. Nice. And then my lord. Okay, I turn around to the rest of the party. I'm like, oh hey, you said it was a worm or a salamander, right?
Yeah,
it's
that's what
quite
I'm
a
thinking.
peculiar track. It seems more to me to be a salamander, possibly.
Okay.
Doo-doo-doo.
Wow, Warwick, I didn't know you knew so much about
I
beast tracking.
I
That's
laughed
so
like,
cool.
neither did I.
I start writing notes.
It was
like,
all the
yeah,
cheese.
Warwick,
It was probably the cheese.
You learn something new every day.
5 o'clock.
Like
Warwick
people's
had a proper
names.
idea. Huh.
Like what your name is. Or that you're really good at tracking.
Can we see how far the trail goes?
In which direction?
Can we see that from where we are, or does it
From like the source direction, or from where it's
from
being
our
dragged
starting
off?
point? From
Mhm.
where we are to where it looks like it's been dragged to.
Um,
Can we see how far it's been dragged?
so you kind of, with how the trees are arranged and just kind of the zigzag, you see it kind of go off, and it continues to go off, and you don't see a particular end in sight.
Okay. Is it possible someone was maybe riding the salamander and they fell off, and that's why this is drag? Is that maybe a thing?
Well, the blood was purple, wasn't it?
She's kind of. Yeah.
Well, Helen, actually, you know these areas better than we do. Do people ride salamanders around here?
I've never encountered one. I've never encountered one, or a worm. I've never encountered either of those.
So you're saying that's an unusual beast to this area?
It's
Oh
not
my
part-
god, I'm getting so excited. This is gonna be so cool.
Yeah, it's not part of this area. I have no clue why it would even be here. I'm assuming that's why I think someone may have been writing it, is because it was someone else's and they came through. Are there any like footprints, or is it only the big trail?
From the original spot, it's kind of looks like it's just this trail that's been led by this creature, and then at some point it kind of stopped, and then it's kind of been pulled away from wherever originally. You see all the cuts in the wood and all the bushes pushed over, the under foliage, moss, and grass being disturbed, and then making this giant crater. Other than that, you don't see necessarily footprints coming from the direction where it originated, and you're guessing by the path that it's being drugged that they probably drugged this thing on top of their footsteps, so you don't really see. Like they were basically walking in front of it, dragging it along, so as it dragged it, the footsteps got covered up.
Okay. So who's here with us?
Everyone except Parthenax, Belto, Julian, and Radzus.
All right. I point to Nymphis and Melog.
Yes.
Do you guys want to go explore this area with me? And keep going down and see like where it might have gone?
Half of me wants to, but the other half says we should probably do this as a full group, just in case.
Okay. Do I have an idea of if the trail goes back to the path just further up?
To the main road, or
yeah, do I have an idea of like if it might be going back to the main road, or does it?
It
not
looks
look
like it's
going
just
there
kind
at
of. Well, oddly enough, it looks like it's kind of. Roll another perception check.
Perception? Okay. Advantage
Flat.
or flat?
Oh, I was hoping the 19
Are you
was the one that
kidding
you
me?
got.
I was too.
Because I had a
Oh,
response
no.
for the 19. No,
Are you sure?
as far as you can tell, it's just it's not going in a particular direction. It looks like it's kind of being dragged off in a somewhat similar direction as it's navigating around rocks and trees and pits and whatnot. But it's kind of looks like it's a general direction, but not anywhere specific.
All right, yeah. Let's go as like a full group, or at least with everybody. I just wanted to try and get an idea, see how far it went.
So you head back, take another 30 minutes to get back to the group. By that time, we'll say it's about your additional 8 hours, or your total 8 hours, Belto. So you're kind of waking up at this point. It's now
Bonk
mid
on
morning,
the other side of the cart.
around 9 o'clock in the morning. Y'all were kind of out in the early morning light. Parthenax, you've been out for a solid 12 hours. You waking up at this point?
I come rolling out the tree.
Well, we'll say for the sake of it, once Belto wakes up, Julian comes over and nudges you awake.
Yeah.
You alive there, buddy?
I'm just gonna look like open one eye to see who it is, close my eye, and just roll over to the other side.
Oh, no, Bagila. Looks like the rest of the group's coming back. We might be leaving soon. You might want to get ready.
Just gonna grunt.
Well.
And then as he starts to go away, I'll slowly clumber to my feet and
Right.
you know, make my way over there to the group, like where the group's gonna meet.
So the rest of your group comes back. You basically explain what's going on. Parthenax, Rad, you all going with? Or do you want to persuade them otherwise to just going forward? What do you want to do?
I would probably say oh, by the way, can my flying beast, would it be able to track where the thing's going?
I
Would
forgot
know
you had
that?
one of those. I mean,
got
yeah, you could technically, send it out to try to find it. Yeah, once you get to the site, sure.
So as the group comes back, I just kind of explain and saying like, hey, I can track where this is going and follow its trail as I send off my beasts. However, how do you know how safe this could be? Do you know what we're coming up against? Because like, do we know specifically?
We think it's salamander, but it's not part of the woods. So.
We don't know
Well-
much about it, but that's a great idea, Brad.
Well,
I can. Do we want
thinking
to put
about
it?
We're not going after the creature. This creature's probably dead. It's being dragged along now. What we're going after are the people. We don't know anything about these people.
It's not.
I mean,
it's not just that, but I would like to know because I don't know much about this creature. Is it normal for this creature to be here, or is it out of its natural sort of habitat?
It does not exist here.
Do you
It's,
think
it's not supposed to be here.
Well, I can always say to play it safe, send off my flying beasts to try and track its last location. So then that way we don't go off in a direction and then just bump into it, or if it attacks somewhere that we're about to go. That is what I can do. I can survey its direction, and then we can make our decision from there.
Okay. Do we want to do that?
I think I can also do the same thing, but I'm going to let him take the lead.
Understandable.
Okay, so we're all in agreement. I'll send off my flying beasts, and it does its thing.
Can your beast talk to you? Because then surely it could tell us what it was.
I think I can talk to it, or I've got some weird relationship with it.
It's primal companion.
It only
understands you. It doesn't talk back to you.
It just it's like a dog when you say
it doesn't talk back.
You can't say where.
Yeah, I think it can send
up
to 100 feet.
From what I know, 3-5, it's that they give basic emotions. So if it's like scared, you would feel that.
Okay.
Yeah. I was better to say I'd have some communication, but it might not be clear. So I could be there like, did it go north? Shake your head. Like, you know.
Does it have wings?
Yeah, it can understand you and what orders you're giving it. It can't speak to you or have like telepathic, but like a pet animal or something. It can.
It can sign.
Yeah.
Give off sign. Okay.
It can just vibe check.
Vibe check.
Panda is great at survival stuff.
Yeah.
And since Panda's great at survival stuff, we'll have him take the lead to
Yeah.
God.
Tracking this down.
So, Dust, I'm just wondering, would I now have to roll for my beast, or will my beast kind of have like its default sort of thing? How would I play this?
So, well, first would be, I guess, what command are you giving to your beast?
The command would just be to try and find its trail. Find its trail in its known location, or wherever it was heading off to, for as far as it can track
Okay.
it.
Roll animal handling just to see if it kind of understands what you're asking it to do.
It understands any language it speaks.
Advantage 'cause it's
It will
just
fully
companion?
understand it.
Well, it understands the language. It doesn't necessarily understand the command, right?
11.
Well,
It's got
yeah,
an
well-
intelligence of 8, so
We'll say because the creature doesn't know exactly what it's looking for.
Gotcha.
So that's why it's like, okay, how abstract can the order be for the animal to understand it?
Gotcha.
11, yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, I was thinking 10 would be probably right around there. So you basically point out this is like try to follow this trail, see if there's something at the end of the trail, basically. Yep. Okay. Go ahead and have it roll a. If it's high up, it'd probably be perception. So just roll wisdom for the beast or the primal companion.
Wisdom. 12. 14.
14.
Oh, fuck! I've clicked off it. Fuck's sake. Hit this mouse.
Some time goes by, and after about maybe an hour and a half or so, it comes back. Based on kind of what you can gather from your companion, didn't find anything.
Nothing. Would it have known the trail, or would it not even know where the trail's gone off to? Like, no information at all.
I mean, you can try asking to see if it understands
God,
that.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
That's my bird. I'd be like, Sardid, have you found this trail, bro? It's like this big, and it just goes in like a direction, bro.
So
I gotta say it real quick.
It's the only way I can communicate to my beast. Okay, specifically the flying one.
yeah, it just looks at you and kind of
Rad.
cocks its head and just continues to look at you, and then eventually just kind of starts pecking her out the ground.
Okay, so shall I just try and tell him to go off on this trail, or does it just not know anything? Is it just clueless?
Based on what you said, that you told it just kind of find whatever, find where this beast is that made the trail. It came back and it didn't find anything.
Didn't find anything. So I'll say to the group, we couldn't find anything at all. We don't know where it's going. Don't know what we're actually coming up against. So
while this is going on, were you all following the
guys-
trail, or were you just kind of staying put?
I'd
That's
say
why I
stay
was my
put.
hands. I was on the
I
assumption that
was-
we were going to follow the trail altogether.
Yeah.
following the trail. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So Parthenac, you were thinking you were staying put. You're okay with following the trail?
Yeah, sorry. I was just an
Everyone else
idea.
is cool with that?
Yeah, I'm happy to be following the
Okay.
trail.
So as you're following the trail, your primordial companion comes back to you. You take a look around. It actually looks like the trail stops somewhere. Wherever this thing got dragged to, it got dragged to a spot, and then that's where the trail ends.
Are we like slightly deeper into the woods?
You're still
Just
I mean,
roughly.
given the direction that you've gone, you can't tell if it's necessarily deeper or not. The woods haven't gotten any thicker or thinner. The terrain's been roughly still about the same since you first got in and started looking around, but nothing has. You don't really know. Well, roll a survival check, Rad.
Sorry. Can I help him?
Yeah.
With it?
So Rad, roll with advantage.
All right. So
that's your first roll. Yeah.
Roll twice.
Yeah. I mean, you could have gone in deeper. You could be along the path still. You don't know. You don't know.
Stupid roll 20.
We got the best detective going.
Okay, right. Well, I was gonna say I could be an arse and just be like, I send my beast up to let me know on what location we're fucking on.
Okay.
That's kind of the point.
So what order do you give
can I do
your companion?
To let us know how far we've gone from the place that we were just staying, and roughly what sort of direction.
Okay.
Or what direction? Sorry, I'll just say what direction did we move to? Because I'd assume we kind of know how far we've walked.
Okay, so you're telling them to go back and find the cart.
Yeah.
What is that for, Ace? All right, so you. So as your companion flies off, goes up to across the canopy and starts kind of flying off in a direction. Helenestra, you have your hand raised.
I wanted to know if I could use my key of the wind or my step of the wind and use a key point to climb a tree very quickly, so I can get a aerial.
Sure, you may do that. Neo, is your hand up from a previous thing or? Okay.
No, I raised my hand.
What do you have?
Since he was doing the whole sending his familiar up, I was going to be like, all right, since he's not having any luck, sure, I'm going to whisper to Nex and be like, stay in the trees above us and let me know if anything seems amiss, just to keep a surveillance over us from a little distance.
So Nacron goes up and starts kind of hopping around the top of the canopy. Helenestra, as you get up to the top of the trees, you look up and around the canopy. Make a perception.
Can I get an advantage because I'm so high up?
Not for this roll. Well,
you also been drinking, girl.
That's fair. God damn it. Why can't I have the 19s?
So let me ask you, what were you trying to look for when you're at the top?
I was trying to see where we were in retrospect to the village.
Okay. Yeah, you get up with how the canopy is, you're either not close enough or there's just no sign of being able to tell where the village is from this point.
All right.
While this is going on, I just say to the group, do we think we're in a safe spot right now? As we're not overly sure where we are.
No.
Do you guys want to?
Not at all.
Well, do you guys want to backtrack on where we were and then stick to our main goal, or are you wanting to find out whatever we're coming up against? I'm presuming Julian's there going, yeah, fuck it, mate. We're gonna kill him. Can't do his voice.
Helenestra's like climbing down the tree like carefully so she doesn't take damage while this is going on, so she probably doesn't hear any of it.
What's everyone else's thought? Does someone want to go hunting, or are we looking to back?
Parthenax? What do you think?
I'm thinking.
Panda?
I'm thinking what to do. What we should do.
I mean, if we're gonna fight anything, I'd rather be behind the big dudes that are more able to take a hit.
So
wanna
we
go
got to the
explore.
point where the track stopped, right?
We don't know where we are. We don't know what we're fighting, and the tracks have stopped.
Oh, we've already got this far. We might as well continue.
You want to continue?
I say we go for it.
How are we supposed to go for it if we don't know where it
Anyone
went
else?
then? I'm thinking
Let's go!
Exactly. Wilric's just hyping up the squad right now.
So while
I think Wilrick has spoken, so we should go.
while you all are speaking, Rad's companion comes back. Primal companion comes back, and sits down on you and points in the direction of where your previous campsite was.
perhaps we should head back, make sure the horse doesn't encounter anything while we are away.
Well, Julian would be very upset if that horse dies. If this beast kills the horse, we're never going to hear the end of it.
So perhaps we follow along the trail, just keep our eyes out towards this direction of the forest, see if we notice anything along our path. Two birds, one stone.
Sweet.
At this point, Hall Mistress is now back with you guys. So I think she heard that last part. I'll walk along the trail if someone wants to ride on the cart. Julian, I know you like the horse, maybe you want to take the reins.
No, we're not at the cart, are we?
The cart's at the base.
We just got the direction from
Yeah,
here.
we're still in the woods, but it's more just like.
Okay.
All right, so you all make your way back through the woods. Are you going to go along the path that you go back along this drag path and then go down the path that you made, or are you just trying to straight cut?
Let's go back the path we know.
Yeah.
You guys make it back. It's been about an hour to get back there, so now it's about midday. But you all make it back. The horse is still there. Someone remembered to put some feed down for it, so it's just been kind of snacking away, but it's still there with the carriage.
Probably Julian.
Yep.
Probably Julian.
You do notice, however, that someone has rummaged through the carriage. The soups have been left ajar, but all the bottles of beer have been taken.
Oh no!
You just hear Helena scream out. "Fuck!" But it's in Elvish, so I think only Red and Raina know what I said.
I just look over and be like, "Oh, fuck."
I walk over and reply, "We can get more beer in Elvish."
Yeah, but I wanted that one.
We'll get a special one. I promise. I'll buy it specifically for you.
She's just angry at this point. So she's like, she heard what you said, but she's ignoring you.
Yep.
That's where she's at.
Did we lose any valuables? Do we
did
know? Or not really.
I'm assuming most people probably took most of the stuff that they had.
Yeah.
I had
on their
everything
person.
in my bag, so
Yeah.
my bag doesn't really leave me.
I don't have anything
As I
valuable.
say, I
mean,
don't
at this
recall
point-
us using
This
the cart
early
for
on
storage
in the
yet.
game, you guys don't have a lot, so
Yeah. Okay. I kind of then just look at oh my god, sorry, I keep forgetting Niall's character's
Helenestra.
name.
Helenestra?
Helenestra, that's it. Just look at her, and then in Elvish I just say, just grow up, we'll get more. We need to move on.
Have they damaged?
And then like we kind of like have like a little back and forth
Yeah.
little fight going on in Elvish so no one else understands.
Yeah.
So, does that mean we're being watched?
He was either opportunist.
Honesta says, we were always being watched. The people in the elves in the swamp, they were probably always been watching us. Since we lost Wilrick in there. They're probably keeping an eye on us.
You
This
say
isn't
you
common.
lost.
This isn't
No,
common.
hold on. In Elvish, I say very angrily as we've been arguing, Helenestra, I'll go, for God's sake, why have I forgotten everyone's name? Bobby.
Belto.
So I'll
Belto.
say like Bobby's
Oh, good.
character, Belto.
Belto.
So I'll just say Belto came out of nowhere and conveniently came over to us. Who's not saying that he's not a spy?
Oh, fingers.
Just
pointed.
it's just out of anger. It's like a throwaway comment.
But it is in
But
Elvish, or is it in
But
Common?
no. This is in Elvish, so only
Okay.
you,
And
only
Reyna.
and Reyna.
Yeah.
You and Reyna.
Actually, wait. What language does Melog know?
Melog.
Melog doesn't know.
Melog does know Elvish.
Yeah.
So Melog heard
knows-
that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Common and Elvish.
Julian as
Okay.
well.
So is that everyone else who would know it? Is that everyone who would know what we just
Julian as well.
No.
From
Who
from
doesn't
what I
know
know,
Elvish?
from what I know,
The other
from
half
what I
of the
know,
party.
Helenestra doesn't know.
said? Wait, what's up? What's
From
up, Pi?
from on the
The only ones that know Elvish are Julian,
Discord.
Rad, Reyna, and Melog.
yeah.
Oh,
you
and
know,
me.
And Helenes.
on the
Dra.
okay.
Should know.
That's just
Yeah,
not on
I was
the,
gonna say I'm an elf and I was raised with elves. I would
Yeah,
hope I would know Elvish.
you're just not-
yeah, you
Okay.
don't have any of your languages on Discord. That's why.
Why does...
Oh, okay.
I've got Elvish and Orcish.
Okay, yeah. It says it over here for me. It says Common and Elvish.
Yeah.
'cause I know what elf.
Yeah, just the Discord's different. Okay.
Dust.
No,
Check
I
DM
just went to
on
check and I was like, oh,
Discord.
Oh boy, what did you do? Hang on. I'm in the middle of these rolls.
Paul Nestor does say back again in Elvish of like, Belto was with us when we were in the woods. He wouldn't have been able to take anything from us. And
That's
someone's always pretty much been with him. So he wouldn't have been able to contact anyone.
But I would say no. It's not when he's been with us. It's how did he get to us? Specifically, came to us. Someone knows where we are.
And while they're arguing, I'm going to be next to Bolto and I'll say Draconic. They seem to be having a heated discussion. I wonder
like-
what up.
Belto could like.
I can understand that.
Belto could get like a bit of a hint, and because I'm like pointing, like I'm like angry the fact that all you want is beer, and I'm like pointing at Belto there, going, "We're beer."
Why is he pointing at you,
Because he
Bolto?
thinks I drink all the beer.
I would respond in Draconic. They're fighting over beer.
I angrily say, we'll talk about this later.
Just so you know, 5 people in this party know Draconic.
Yep. Wilrip picked up
Yeah,
on that.
I know.
Yeah.
Xylith.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's that
That's
sorry.
my response.
No. But
I'm still
Belto
oblivious to what they're saying.
wouldn't know
Yep.
what I'm saying.
But Reyna
No,
just
but I
Not
did.
Elvish,
gave a
yeah,
hint.
Correct.
And I just said in Draconic, they're fighting over beer.
Which is fair. We did start the fight over.
I have no idea.
Yep.
Wait, but in Draconic, I'll continue. I'll be like, but he pointed at both also. So is he saying?
Also, names
Belto? I
tend
mean,
to,
like, are they
names
accusing
tend to
him?
be the same across
to-
languages, depending on pronunciation.
I turn
Yeah.
around and just say,
Okay.
what an alcoholic.
But I'm like, are they? My assumption is like, are they accusing Belto that he took it? But he was with us.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
At this point, I don't have alcohol. Hollister goes up to one of the soups and attempts to drink it to try and get a fix.
Oh my God.
She gets a sip and then whatever
Which
happens.
one are you
happens.
sipping?
So, not the one I stabbed with Melloc.
So not the herb one. You're doing the one with the potion ingredient in it.
Yeah.
Hashtag kill Naya.
Okay.
What happens?
Roll a Constitution check for me, please.
Okay. Check or
save,
saving
sorry.
throw?
Con save.
Okay. Did I make that public? Let's look at this.
5.
Oh no.
Oh, you're fine.
Unless the DC is 5. Unless the DC is 5. I'm fucked.
it's got a really weird taste. In a way, it kind of is very, like, somehow very chalky. Almost like the potion liquid made it start to like almost dry out in the way and maybe curdle in a way when it was up next to the heat. But other than just the nasty, awful taste, no adverse effects to it. You might throw up a little bit later, but
Did you see Hollister?
I was going to say
just like
until
kind of
late.
spits it. Hollister just like spits it. She never swallowed it. It was in her mouth, but she just spits out and just goes, "That's fucking disgusting."
And you had me drink that 2 days ago.
Again, in Elvish.
You drank the other one 2 days ago.
Oh wait, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you drink the
Yeah.
herbal one.
Yeah, because I found the magic. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Hollister again says in Elvish, "That's fucking disgusting," and just spits it out.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have that one.
I'm just shaking my head at this point, just like
Hollister just caps it and just like attempts to move on with her life, and she's just like not having a good day anymore.
I'm in the background just looking so confused because I don't understand what anyone's saying at all.
Parthenax is just like, can we get
I was
moving
making
on?
a comment.
Giant. That's it.
What language do you know, Parthenax?
Giant. That's it.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break because I gotta pee. And we'll be right back.
Fair enough.
The real break.
Yes, the actual break. So, and welcome back.
What does acquired snowballs mean?
All right, so y'all have made it back to the carriage. It's about noontime. Like we said before, all the booze are gone that you managed to steal, or at least half of them, because Helen Nestor, I think, drank half of them already.
I think I drank
Actually,
the other half.
you mentioned
already.
you were drinking during the campsite. So
Oh, I drank
yeah, so
four,
we
so
only
they
took
only
two.
took two. They only took two.
But nothing else got taken really. But you all get back. I think you all decided that you're gonna head out, continue on down the path, right? Or were you gonna go back out to the?
I think we said we were going to take the path with the carriage.
take the
Yeah.
path with the carriage
Made some
and
progress.
watch
Okay.
to
Keep an
make
eye out.
sure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Helen Nestor, I guess you're going to be riding up front again with the horse navigating the carriage.
I was
Okay.
gonna be walking along the path because
Okay.
I was gonna be walking along with Parthenax, and I suggested that Julian may want to take the reins because he likes the horse, so the horse might listen to him better. I think, yeah. So
I'm going to roll an animal handling check for Julian.
can I give him help with that?
Sure, I'll let you assist him with the
I was
animal
gonna say I
handling
got a
check.
sheet up if you want me to click it for you. Oh, you got it. Cool.
13. Gosh, even with advantage. It takes a little coaxing, but after a while, Gerald, thank you. New little cheat sheet card.
Just have all the NPC character names in case they ever come back.
Like I have
All of
them
them,
in
all
my
of them on
OneNote,
one
but they're
single
all on
paper.
separate tabs.
One flashcard.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so it takes a little coaxing, but after a while, Gerald gets going. So you help Julian get the carriage going, and then you hop down. Then you start walking along with everyone else. Who's riding? Who's walking?
I'll be
I
right.
don't
I'll
have a
walk.
choice.
I would be riding
Okay.
while playing my bagpipes.
Oh,
Wait, you have bagpipes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raina has bagpipes.
Yes, that's the instrument I always been playing.
on that note, I'll be
Raina's a
walking.
bard. So yeah.
Yeah,
I knew she was a
But
bard.
that's my
I just didn't know what instrument she had. I thought you had a violin.
We'll say Nelog joins in with you and starts just playing a low key melody as you all head out. You all snack on some lunch.
I don't really have a
Rad's,
choice. I
That
think I'm
sounds nice.
walking.
so Rad's walking. Parthenax is walking.
I'll walk with Parthenax then.
So pretty much, Panda and Melog, Julian, and Belto are the only ones, and Reina are the ones riding.
Yep.
All right, cool.
All right.
So y'all head out. It takes about another 4 hours or so, but you finally start hearing some of the water of the
Water.
river nearby. Did I hear a vacuum?
I have not stopped playing my bagpipes.
I heard that too.
I heard
What was
something.
that?
It sounded like a
The bag-
vacuum almost.
Folks are kicking off.
The
Don't
Bagpipes
know.
are playing.
Deflated.
We're all just hitting it.
Yeah, get it all inflated and ready to go. As you start coming to the corner of this pathway, you actually find a bulletin board. Out of all places, seems like it's a kind of given where everything's around there. It looks like there's a couple outhouses and there's a gravel pathway to overlook that's kind of looking over the water. Off in the distance, you can see that there's a clearing where this bulletin board is. You start to see the forest on the left side is still kind of keeping somewhat thick, and on the right side, where it's been very sparse and a lot more rolling hills, you see the river going down to your right, and then there's this kind of gravel area. Looks like a little rest stop area for many travelers, traders that come through. And as you go up to, as you approach this bulletin board, there's a few other folks that are around it also kind of looking at it. You see a few folks walking to and from the outlook as well. So what do you want to do?
I see if I recognize any of them real quick.
You
the
can,
people?
sure. Roll a perception.
It's real good this time.
I'll be questioning Parthenax as we're walking, by the way.
What do you want to ask him?
I'm trying to get to know him. I'll be like, so where are you from? Like, you have family? Are all giants like as tall as you, or is there any tall? What's the tallest giant? You know, I'll just be questioning them about it.
I didn't realize how much I missed this until you started doing this just now.
I'm just gonna look at him and say, I mean, we're all pretty big. That goes with saying giant, you know.
Yeah, I'll just be sitting here questioning you as you go. Continue, guys.
I thought you were just going to ask me some questions. And I was like,
like, are you married? Where'd you come from? Like, you got a brother? You got a sister? What's going on?
Social security number.
Yeah, Memphis do be trying to slide into them DMs.
What's your BBM pin?
What's your backstory? Tell me about you.
BBM pin. I haven't heard
What
that in a
college did
long
you go to?
time.
Yo, what's your
I feel
BBM?
so
goodness.
old.
ping you for looks, personality,
Did
and
you have a BlackBerry?
Yeah.
I did.
Wow.
I had
Back in the
two.
day, you had 2 BBMs.
No, like I had 2 different Blackberries at the time.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Burner phone, definitely.
I don't really do a BlackBerry because of my job, but yeah. Okay.
So the billboard.
Yeah.
All right. So, and while this is going on, any other discussions that happened before you all got to the bulletin board?
Can everyone else hear what everyone else is saying? If you know what I mean, are we that close?
I mean, it
So if I was
depends on.
talking to
like,
Nimbus, would
Nifis is obviously not being quiet about it, but you could like have a quiet response back to him and try to indicate, hey, I don't want to talk too out loud. So if you wanted to, you all could like walk either a little bit further behind the group while keeping up if you want and continue the conversation.
okay. So I'm going to Nimbus. I'm going to just like give him a nudge, say, drop back, don't say anything.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right.
So
Cool.
But
Bobby.
but
I'm like, ooh, Lord.
okay.
Narrative
but,
time.
like, you know,
Okay. So I'm going to drop back with Nimbus, obviously.
backstory.
Hold his hand. No, I'm not. And say,
it just gets tossed.
a couple of nights ago, no one else witnessed this, but I saw you disappear in front of my eyes, and no one has ever brought this up.
Oh.
I like how many different people have brought this up individually so far. It's awesome.
The thing is, it's like smallpox. You know what smallpox? No. Okay, never mind. Nymphis goes, turns around. Well,
They call those big packs.
um, it's kind of, God, it's weird having to explain this over and over again.
Wait, others know about this?
Only one other so far, but in life, you got to repeat it.
Kind of sounds like you're describing having a third nipple. Just get on with it.
It's just on the top of my forehead.
It's just part of who I am. Like, I can do weird. I'm also trying to learn about myself a little bit.
Chest hair, Dad. God, jeez.
I'm trying to learn more about myself in that way of things, but
Oh, Jesus.
and then I just show. I tell Nex to come here in my head, and I'll be like, "It's like this," and then I make Nyx turn into half. It looks like more like the genie smoke goes across, and then he disappears slowly, but comes around on the other side of my head. Like he does that, like the Cheshire Cat thing. It's like that. That's how I am. It's a genetic thing,
As the what do you call it? Sorry, Nyx.
Yeah, Nyx is my.
When Nyx pops to the other side, I'm gonna jump out the way just because it popped up into the air, and then I'm just gonna nod and go, "Oh, okay, I'll be watching."
I don't do that all the time. It's only at nighttime when I want to sleep. It's a safety mechanism for me, I guess. But I'm real. See, and I just do a little pat on his I don't know how far I reach up to him, but I'm patting him on
It's on my leg.
I'm real.
Let me have one.
So you're Fiona from Shrek.
Maybe a little shorter.
What happens? It just happens at nighttime, and suddenly
yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll be like,
that's all I wanted to know, that bit.
I've been having this urge to always want to sit on your shoulders since I met you.
And as he goes to say that, I'm just going to go, no. And then just walk and catch it with the back of the
And I'm just falling. Please, just one time. Just one time.
I'm just looking.
I can show you the flow.
All right.
That's all I wanted to. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Anyone else want to do anything before hitting the bulletin board?
No.
Okay. So, Helen, as you look around and see all the different people that are there, you don't recognize any one individual person, but there's a few folks that are from they're of Elvish descent that you can tell they're there. I forgot your character doesn't really know much outside of the village, so
yeah.
So in that case, no one really comes across that you would know in particular. There's other elves that are similar to you, other elves that are different from you. There's some other humanoid type figures. There's some humans there. There's you see a dwarf there on his own. So no one that you would.
Gimli.
So
not any individual you would recognize.
When Hollister sees the dwarf, she's like, "Why is that person so small?" But in a whisper to the rest of the group.
Melog looks up
directly pointing at him.
Looks over to you. He's like, "Hey, watch what you're talking about."
I wasn't talking about you. I know you're short because you're a rabbit person. But why is that person so short? They look like a human.
You think if I'm short, that other people wouldn't be short too?
You are a rabbit.
Whatever.
What part of that do you not understand?
Heightus, I guess. You heightest?
Yeah.
She hops over and starts asking, "Hey, what's this deal with the bulletin board?" Goes over and starts trying to be friendly to the other smaller person that's there.
Belter will approach quietly to read as well.
The dwarf turns around and is like, "Oh, well, people come all over the place to see what's on the bulletin board. There's festivals going around this time of year being fall, and there's trades going on. People post up special items that they trade, rare valuables. Some people look for work, and really,
Sorry. As you said, rare items. My ears like pop up.
you go,
I'm assuming Julia just looks at me and just goes, "No."
don't you dare think about it, Red.
But I really want a fucking item. Please.
So yep. Basically, everyone can walk up to the bulletin board. It's not anything out of the ordinary for the folks that are around here. Looks like it's just pretty much standard fare for things you look up. Look at the board. There's a whole bunch of different things. There's a couple of wanted posters for supposed criminals. There are posts for people looking for help in solving some small petty crimes. Like someone's like, my pet got stolen in the middle of the night. Please help. There's advertisements for festivals throughout some of the cities. You actually see one for Valpor on the board, which you just came from, the Harvest Festival that they just had, and a few other little knickknacks. If you want to get in more detail, someone can do a investigation check if you want.
Yeah, can we do like an investigation check just to see if there's any clues, or see like if we see like one of our faces or if someone's spoken to someone that we might know
of? Sure.
I'll walk up to the board first.
Yeah, I would be
Okay.
up with them at this
So,
point.
Rad and Reyna, both of you are making looking at the board for anything in particular. Bilto, what was that roll for? I didn't tell you to roll anything.
Sorry, you were saying anybody who wants to can roll. So sorry, I misheard.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So, Nian, you have your hand raised for.
Can I do a perception check, see if I see anything like the trail we saw in the woods coming up?
Trail as in
the dragged path.
Oh, there's no trail that the drag path trail went in somewhat kind of direction where you came from. So if you were going east, mostly on this trail, it was kind of going in the westwardly direction. So the drag trail was back behind you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you at least got the sense that it was kind of in that direction-ish when you were over there. So Belto and Reyna both got 12s. Rad got 15. So as you
worked at the 24, because he and I did that at the same time.
Okay. So Wilrick, what specifically are you looking for on the board? What kind of flyers, jobs, advertisements? What in particular are you looking for? You're muted. On Skype, yeah.
That's a very good question. Very, very good.
Again, you just know anybody who wants to roll can. At least that's how I heard it set up.
I'm not gonna lie. I've made a pizza and I came back to anyone who wants to roll investigation, please do. So I just clicked roll. So I don't actually know the context of what I'm doing.
So for those that are looking, you're investigating for something in a category or something specific.
Yep.
To see if anything in particular pops out at you.
Can I look for like any clue or anything that I don't know what specifically they'll be. It's just like if there is any clue around about.
So we're looking at the. I'm not sure if you have, but we're looking at the bulletin board. So it would have like criminals, bounties, jobs, trades. So they could just be, maybe there's like a bit of information from somewhere before, or where was it? And from Valpor as well. That might be.
Yeah, so there's kind of like anything and everything as far as advertising festivals or fall type of events, activities. There's a few flyers on there that are asking for help for odds and ends. There's also some advertisements for looking for criminals, like wanted posters. So it's kind of an anything and everything for what would be the normal trade in this route.
I like to withdraw my role then, because I have no idea what I'll be looking for at all. Sorry.
Might as well just
Yeah, seeing everyone's looking at the board, I probably Memphis would have probably came up a little later, after what to look at it, and then start writing down names and stuff that he sees, and try to do a little sketch. Like it's gonna not be like full on sketches, but like offset sketches of the bad guy. Like he's got the mustache, he's got kind of weird looking, just in case we see them, and I'll have them as a side thing.
So you're looking more specifically at the wanted
the
posters?
wanted posters and missing items and or weird whatever, like if there's like sighting of a monster or something weird located in this area, I'll probably take note of.
Okay.
Should I roll investigation as well
please.
for that? All right.
Investigation. 18. All right.
Boom, baby.
All right. So you take a pretty scope of a couple of kind of interesting looking individuals. Some have high bounties on them for being a criminal at large. Some of them are more like petty theft type things. But we'll say there's 2 or 3 that kind of stick out to you that you draw down pretty quickly, jot down, and you'll come back to if you run across any of them. For Reyna, what are you looking for?
Information, just information of anything out of the ordinary, just not even to creatures, just anything out of ordinary for the area.
Okay. As you're looking through the bulletin board, there's a couple of things that may seem odd to you. Looks like there's some peculiar items being sold in a couple of different towns and villages. There's some exotic items and like fortunes told in the capital of Radical that's on the bulletin board. There's a few items that a few other random little tidbit things that I'm trying to play into your backstory, but I don't know your backstory by memory that much yet, so I might have to come back around to you. But there's a couple of like odd things that stick out to you that to one person may seem somewhat normal or just run-of-the-mill type stuff, but there's a couple of things that pull out that you pick out specifically. And I'll come back around to that.
And I will jot those down on a piece of paper. Yeah.
And then Rad, what are you looking for specifically?
I'm looking for, I don't know if it would be the same as Rayna's, but it's more like any bit of information where for the bounty side, would I recognize anyone who we possibly might have encountered throughout the whole of this journey? Like off by like a face, is there someone who we
This
bumped
whole 5 days?
These whole 5 days. But think about the people that we've got into. Like, it could be like the mayor, it could be the dad that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they could be like I don't know, a known like thieves or whatever,
accomplice or
like
something.
They're just no, yeah. Like they're like used to like hassling people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I like recognize anyone.
Yeah. You look at the board, and there's actually a wanted poster mentioning last known location of an individual in Hinkdale.
Ooh.
There's a rough sketch, nothing too detailed, but you see there's it's a human figure, long, dirty hair, big nose, somewhat normal eyes, and again, it's just kind of black pencil drawing on a piece of paper, so you don't get too lot of details. But described as someone that's a little bit older in age, late 40s, doesn't have any known family or associates, but looks like he's wanted for some theft of some kind.
Okay. Do we know does it say his last known location?
Hinkdale.
Was it just Hinkdale?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
And there is a name to it as well. Lawrence Branson.
Lawrence Branson. Okay. I kind of like look. I don't. Who would have a good memory? Who's got a good brain?
Who's got a good history? That's what you're asking about.
Either a good history or just someone. Geo. I'll kind of like look at you and just say, or Nymphosis. I go, do you recognize this man from anywhere in particular? Does he look familiar to you? As he's like drawing him.
Is that a history roll should I make, or?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This was one of the ones that actually you picked up on as well when you were drawing a few of interest. 22.
Let's see.
Okay. So as you start to recollect who you may have seen in the town of Hinkdale while you were there, you do recall vaguely seeing this person walking around the tavern. You caught a glimpse of this individual as you were leaving Hinkdale, actually, as you were packing up and getting things to go. You saw him look like he was walking walking somewhere into town with purpose. And that's...
Yeah, I think I do recall this guy. I passed by him as I was heading out of Pinkdale, actually, and he was coming in.
So as the group was kind of leaving out, you saw him walking to somewhere. You didn't see where he went. You didn't pick up on it.
I think he bumped into me, and I probably lost a cup. He's probably picked my pocket. That bastard.
So I don't know. We just have like kind of like a bit of backs and forwards of like, do you think he could have stole our stuff from the cart as well? Do you think it could be the same guy?
Oh my god, you're right.
Bro, mind blown.
Mind blown. Nick his head. But yeah.
And then we kind of like share this information like with the group, being like, oh, you know, blah blah blah. We recognize this person. Do you guys potentially know who he is?
What was the name again?
I don't know if anyone was.
Lawrence Branson.
Lawrence Branson. That bastard.
Does it say where he's from?
Sorry, what was the question?
Lawrence.
Does it say where he's from, like before Hinkdale?
No, it just said last known location was Hinkdale.
Okay.
Okay. So he could be anywhere right now.
He could be in Valpor.
That's why I said he could have stolen our stuff.
We've only been
potentially
gone
could
for
be him.
most of a day, little over.
You were away from. Yeah, you all made it out.
Yeah, we're about a day.
Sorry,
you all made it out.
Sorry, this is what I should have said. When with the last known location, does it have a date on it, or is it just like a general sort of thing? There you go. So it could be any time. This could be like a year ago.
I'll turn to one of the dwarves. This poster, has this one been here a while to your knowledge, or are you just passing through as well?
Well, I'm just passing through. That's the first time I've seen that poster up there. I only come down here maybe every few months, so there's always new stuff being posted. I like to get especially around the fall time, there's lots of things going on, so I like to get up to date on what I might be able to plan with outings and family and whatnot.
Thank you. Yeah, we just passed through Hinkdale and we're unaware of some of these. Like that fellow. Be careful if you're heading that direction then. Considering he appears to be a thief.
Well, I don't make it down to Hinkdale that often, but I guess I'll keep away for the time being. and he just looks at the rest of the party. He's like, "Have a good day," and starts walking off.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great time.
Looks like he looked at the board, what he got, and is now heading back to wherever he's going.
Which direction? Is it following the path the same way we were going, or towards Hinkdale?
Well, you came from Hinkdale.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Which way is he going?
He's going up in the direction where you all are
North.
gonna
All right.
eventually go. Yeah.
Cool.
Can I put a advertisement thing for the books?
Sure.
On the pin board over there?
Sure.
Would you like?
Let's see which one you're gonna grab. Okay. You pick one for some kind of exotic animal show in Radical.
This looks cool. I'm just gonna pull it and then pocket it, and in its place, I'm going to replace it with something from myself, of advertisement of my mom's book, one of my mom's books, on there. And be like, get in the nearest town, limited edition, grab now. Grand stories, sparkles. It's gonna like have golden like trim, and everyone's gonna be like, ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dustin, on this advertising thing, does it show that there's like shops and people within the local area, right, trying to sell maybe like weapons and maybe some food and stuff?
Based on your role, there's quite a few that are selling food just from fall harvest, and people saying like the best pick of the crop for apples and the best corn you've ever had, type things. So, and looks like there's a few that are local farming raised type things, a few that are maybe more mass market type things, and then there's also you mentioned food, and then what else? Blacksmith.
Yeah, like a blacksmith, someone selling weapons, or maybe like a magical items, stuff like that.
There's a poster that looks like it's been weathered and old up there, but there is one that looks like it's for someone that's actually along the river that is a blacksmith and makes some repairs farming equipment, and also does some simple defense type weapons, daggers, short swords, crossbows. So, yeah. And then Nian, you have your hand raised.
I wanted to ask if I could take a look at the bulletin board.
Roll investigation.
All right.
And what are you looking for?
If there was something about Elk's Point.
10. The only thing that you find about Elk's Point is just kind of an advertisement for a quiet, laid-back place for people to come and just have a nice, relaxing, almost like vacation.
I take the thing and I put it in my bag.
Okay.
So I will then say to the group, because we've all got like a little bit of money and stuff, so I'll just give everyone the heads up saying, hey, look, you guys can buy some weapons or defensive armor. Let's do it now. Try and prepare yourself. We'll go up to the board, see if there's anything that might interest you before we decide to move on with our quest. So kind of like give it so everyone's like aware of what's going on for who hasn't investigated.
That's a good idea.
So Parthenax, do you want?
I want to go.
Yeah. Okay. That was gone. What is? Well, sorry, I've kind of taken over.
No. You're fine. You're fine. The bulletin board was
so
kind of a way to get you guys to think about what you might want to look for as far as
So I've already got like my bow. I've already got my studded armor and stuff.
It's also helping me figure out what
you
guys are interested in too. So I'm learning a lot from just this little thing. So.
So I'm there thinking I'm looking at maybe like a magical ring or something like, or something I could steal of value. But yeah, no, Ghost. What is it? Sorry. Yeah. What are you looking for?
I just want to look at armor. Because let's see.
Parthenax?
Yeah, I just have light armor now, so I'd want to go to the armor shop.
You want to go to the armor shop?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm all for anything magical item wise.
Nymphis, come with me.
Ah,
Well, we're going to a blacksmith, so there might not be magical items. Was there anything on the board
well, you
that
never
said
know.
So
Might be
from that
surprised.
specific poster, it more looked like it was for an advertisement for locals who needed farming equipment fixed or like other equipment that they would use to to ward off prey on livestock. So crossbows, swords. I mean, you can always drop by there and look.
Any posters for Heroes Wanted?
We'll get to that in a second. Hellmeister.
On the advertisement I picked up, did it say anything like the shops that they were talking about, like the blacksmith or a magical shop or anything like that?
On the specific flyer that you picked up, it's just describing that, hey, it's a serene place to come and spend some time.
Okay, but there's nothing specific about the shops or anything.
It doesn't go into specifics. It mentions that there are shops like in the town that you can visit, but it doesn't go into any specific detail.
Can I do a history check and see what I remember?
You may. Oh, and then Geo stepped away, so I'll get to him in a second. 16. You're aware of Elk's Point as far as you were taught in your sheltered upbringing in the village. You don't know much about it other than it's probably the closest fairly sized amount of civilization to you or to the village. And that there have been sometimes there has been trade for special like rare exceptions with the outside world. Like Elk's Point is one of the places that there's contacts there that are permitted to do trade with the village. Like if the village needs something from the outside, they have someone that would go there. But that's about all you know for Elk's Point.
Okay.
And then Geo, you were saying something like I completely blanked.
I was seeing if there's like anything requesting Heroes Wanted, big mission or something like that.
So you don't get anything that's along the lines of like Heroes Wanted, but there are some things where people are looking for help as far as along the lines of helping build something or going on the discovery for some lost artifact or some buried archaeological site. Like someone wants to go find this old mystic location that has some tie to some god, and they think they have found something, so they're looking for people to go on this expedition to go find it and uncover it. So there is something like that on the bulletin board.
Hey guys, what about this? This is like really cool. If you, well, we're on our current mission. But, yeah, it'd be fun if we did something to save.
So, Dust, while we're still at the bulletin board, just by an off chance, with that worm thing, would there be any information about it? Like someone saying, "Oh, there is this thing here, by the way," or like or something that might say like been attacked by a monster. That would lead to the worm, or like what could, or something that we think could have been from that trail.
Yeah, nothing on the bulletin board hints to anything related to what possibly you heard or were investigating.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Right, just thought I'd check.
So when I hear Nymphis say about bulletin board, because I've been obviously a bit further back, I want to like literally run over to the board, like I don't care who's in the way, like pushing, getting through to the front, and I want to scare her over the board, just like looking for anything about where I came from.
Okay.
Up in the hills where I was. grew up.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check. Gosh, that -2 sucks.
Was he over what, 5?
No, it's 17.
17.
Oh.
So there's nothing on the bulletin board that sticks out to you that would kind of jog your memory or indicate any particular or evoke any memories of where you're from.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that would have had to have been doing that 20 for you to get that.
Okay, sweet.
Yep. Okay. Anyone else want to look around the bulletin board?
No.
No?
Okay.
So we just head down to the blacksmith, I guess, because yeah.
Yep. So you all
Yeah,
can
that's where everyone
either
wants to
make
go.
your way out. It also looks like this is kind of a campground, so it might be a safe place to stay. It's probably about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. If you wanted to stay here amongst other people that might be camping out for the night, or you can make your way up and see if you can find the blacksmith before the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case he has to make something for us,
Yeah.
like overnight or something, and then it'll be ready for in the morning, I guess.
Okay. So
For
everyone's
that
okay with heading out?
For that
Yeah.
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 For that
Balto.
person that was in Hinkdale, what was you said it was part of one of the bounty ones that was pointed out to the group?
Yes.
Do we want to investigate that since we are only a day's travel away? And Nymphis, you said you saw that person. We could potentially find them. And what else does it say? Anything in regards to why they're wanted, where they're wanted from?
I mean, would that mean we have to backtrack?
That's what I'm asking, is would the group want to do that? I'm for going to Elfrost, but if you're just, I don't know if there was coin or something in regards to completing that task, since we are that close,
Mm.
and where we would redeem any sort of reward for the bounty. That would be on the paper that I believe you took.
So on the piece of paper, it is a return to collect your bounty in Elks Point.
Okay, so he's wanted in Elks Point, last spotted in Hinkdale. Okay.
Can I take a look at that?
So he could not be there.
Sure, you asked Nymphis for the poster?
Yeah. Do I?
Wait, I took the poster of the advertising for other things coming in. I didn't take any.
Rad was
wanted
the one that
posters.
took the poster.
Rad, sorry.
Yeah, Rad.
Oh, did I say the poster?
Or you just saw it.
Did
You
I?
just
Yeah, you're the one that pointed it out.
I looked at it.
And then Nymphis.
I sketched information from it.
yes.
I only took the advertisement for like something current, like what's happening.
So yeah, so we got the information. Sorry. Well, I look over at Bilter and say, well, I'm happy to go back. What does the rest of the group want to do? With there is coin, or I'm assuming there is
That's what I'm saying.
coin
Like,
involved. Duststorm.
Dust, what is the coin value and like what's the reward? And now we know to go to Elts Point to redeem it. But if we can go back and find him, if the group wants to go back to see if he's still there, we could then collect him, go to Elts Point on our way.
So, sec. The bounty is 700 gold pieces.
What does it want? Does it want like dead or alive, or what is it?
It just says wanted. It doesn't say dead or alive specifically.
That could get us a lot of stuff.
The
I
false assumption would
say
probably be alive, so it's a matter of we have a card. If we could tie him up and keep him restrained for a 2, 3, how far away is Elk Point from here?
About
It's
3.
just a matter of
So you
would be-
traveled 8 hours from Hinkdale to where you stopped last night, and then you traveled about another 4 hours to get to the bulletin board. So it's about a 12-hour ride back to Hinkdale. If you're going at a
Okay. So we could go there if someone wants to go all night.
and that was at the leisurely pace. If you ran, you could obviously get there in half the time.
Well,
does the group
I
want to
am-
investigate this lead or just continue
yeah,
on with the main mission?
Well,
I'm actually pro go for it.
I do have to meet up with the elder within like the next 2 or 3 days, and that's up towards near Elk's Point. So I'm not sure how.
With
Because if
that
the
time
guy's
constraint,
got
that
left
might be
and
more
gone,
pressing.
yeah, if the guy's gone the opposite direction,
Because we last saw
But
him a
we
day and a
could
half ago according to Nymphus.
yeah, and he could be long gone by now. Because why
Mhm.
wouldn't he be if we saved that town, or at least helped the town? You know.
Should we put it a vote to the whole squad?
Yeah.
To the group. Because obviously we've got 3 things now going on that's on the table. So what would everyone like to do?
Let's go down the line.
If we want, we could end the session here. I could post it into the Discord.
I'll do whatever Sir Julian wants.
I can post a question in
You
the Discord.
simp!
That way everyone
Sure.
can chime
Yes.
in
Let's
on
go
it,
with
and
that.
we can start the next session.
Good idea.
Sweet.
Yeah,
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
I'm good with that too.
All right.
Yes.
that's just something for my class.
All right. So we'll end it here with a discussion of whether to pursue this criminal or to head up to the blacksmith and continuing your way to Elfrost. Okay.
Yes.
Good night,
All right.
stream.
Sweet.
We'll pick it up in 2 weeks for our next session, and we'll see what everyone decides to do. For those that are in the stream, thank you for watching. For those that are watching the VOD, hopefully everything sounds a lot better now, minus my voice crackling earlier, and you figure out why that's still happening, but in time, hopefully. Yeah. Thanks again. See you next time.
Bye.